Hello guys, welcome to your fifth lesson in this VueJS 3 full tutorial. And in this particular lesson, we're going to be looking at handling events and methods in VueJS. Okay, so I've basically deleted the previous components we have and cleaned our app up a bit. And basically what I have is I have a data that I returned here, which is switched on, and then I'm rendering that right here. So let's see how that looks like. So we have this, just this right here, false. Okay, so if I change this to true, and then let's see, that should automatically render true. Yeah, okay, that's basically what we want, but we're going to set it to false. So basically what I want us to do is we are going to add a kind of button down here, and whenever we click on it, we are going to imagine that this is a switch. Okay, whenever we click on it, then it's going to turn the switch on and change the value to true. So basically something simple that toggles. Okay, now the way we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is let's add a button right here, and then we're going to say okay, switch. Okay, let's just name it switch here. Let's just add it here. And now, if you've watched maybe one of my previous JavaScript videos when I talked about functions, method, basically you know that whenever we talk about method, we are basically referring to function. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually add a method property, and then we're going to say methods right here. Okay, so we're going to now define our methods, different functions we want to make use of. So how we're going to do that is we're going to say okay, change switch, and then it's basically going to be like this. We're going to use this syntax, and then we're going to do something like okay, this now to access this particular okay is switched on. We're going to use this, which refers to this particular component itself. So we're going to say this dot is switched on is equals to not this dot is switched on. Okay, so basically we are changing the value. If the value is true, it changes it to false, and if it's false, it changes it to true. Very simple. All right, so how do we actually then tell okay this particular button to actually okay invoke this function whenever we click on it? How we do that is making use of something called event binding. Okay, so basically what I do is v and then bind, and then I'm going to do click, and then I'm going to say it's equals to. Now what is going to equals to is this change switch, so I'm going to just paste that right here. All right, so let's save that and let's see what that is going to give us. So come right here. Okay, click on this. All right, not working. Okay. Okay, I think I made a mistake. This should be on click, and then let's see, and let's go back, and then okay, we see that is actually changing. So we're changing from true to false, but this in itself is pretty much boring. So how about we actually kind of make it seem a bit little more interesting with this little mini projects. So what I'm essentially going to do is use a kind of conditional statement here. Okay, if it's switch on is true, okay, we want you to render this. If not, we want you to render this. So is switch on if it's true, we are going to use this light bulb, or if not, we're going to say switched. Okay, switched off. Okay, and then yeah, we're going to do something similar also. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and then I'm going to paste this here, and I'm going to say if it's switched on, then it's going to say switch off, and then if it's switch off, it's going to say switch on. All right, let's save that and let's see what that will give us. So right now it is switched off, so when we switch it on, we have this. So switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. Okay, this is basically it. How about we do something a bit different? Okay, let's say we have an input field. Okay, we're going to say input type equals to text. Okay, and then we want that whenever we change the value in this particular input field, okay, we're going to create a variable that is going to actually store that value, or basically maybe just log it to the console. All right, so let's just log it to the console. So basically what I'm going to do is, now before we do that, one note is, you see this v bind on click, it's actually a bit long. I never use this. I never use this. There's a shorthand format which Vue itself has given to us, which is something such as at click. Okay, so this basically is a shorthand property for basically what we saw then. And throughout the rest of this course, I'm basically going to be using things like at click, at change, etc. So let's save that and let's come here and let's see if that works. Okay, that still works fine. All right, so basically I'm going to do something like put this in a div so that we have it in another line and section, kind of. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, so we see this right here. Okay, so the goal is whenever we type something in here, we want it to actually log it to the console. All right, so what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to create a function which says, okay, let's just create it. Okay, log to console, and then I'm going to do this, and then okay, all right, log to console. Oh, we have to have a comma here. Okay, and then we're going to say console.log. But what exactly I will log into the console? So the first thing I want to do is I want to add at change, and then we're going to say is equals to log to console. Okay, so when it changes, we just want to console.log. Let's be sure it's working. Okay, change event. All right, so let's save that, and then let's open up our console right here, and then let's try and type something. Oh, not there. Yeah. Okay, that isn't working. All right. Oh, that actually works. Okay, but that is only changing when the value inside is changing. Okay, what I want instead, I think what I want is maybe at key up. All right, let's save that and let's see if that is going to work. So I'm going to put this, you see that runs every time we actually type in something. Okay, so what I'm going to do is something very simple, and then I'm going to pass in an event here, the event object here. So let's console.log this and let's see what we have. Okay, so let's see, and then once we type this, okay, we see we have this. Okay, we have this here, we get the whole event object and we get the target and everything right here. Okay, so if we should come down here and then we look at this, okay, so we have a whole lot of things and targets. Okay, so basically what we want to do is do something like console.log event.target dot value. All right, so let's do that, and then okay, we are seeing it logged to the console here. So how about we do something a bit much more interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to create a kind of variable right here. Okay, and then the variable is not going to have anything inside of it. Okay, so the variable is not going to have anything inside of it at the beginning. So what we're going to do is my name. Okay, and then we're going to set it to this. So I'm going to basically, okay, there should be a comma here. I'm going to say my name, and then whenever this change, we're going to basically do something like it.target.value is going to be equals to this dot my name. All right, let's save that and let's see what that gives us. So I'm going to come here and then I'm going to type. Okay, that is not working as we'd expect. How about we do something like this? Okay, instead of saying it.target.value equals to this dot my name, so let's remove this, and then this dot my name equals to it.target.value. All right, let's save that and let's see what we have. So I put this here, and then okay, we can see it works. While this works fine, one thing I want to note though is there is a better way to do this in Vue, which we'll look at in later lesson, and that is two-way data binding, Vue model, and so on and so forth, and all of that stuff. We're going to look at it later on. Congratulations on making it so far, and I'm going to see you in the next lesson.